Hello there, this is DBT, and this Art of Rooms. And alright, let's continue playing some more Asphalt 8, and today, I won't be doing a pro test. This is not a pro test, this will be an MP tune test. I don't know what to call it, it should probably be its own playlist. But yeah, we're gonna be testing this card you see on the screen right now, that is of course the Vision 1789, which I have tuned for the Class A bracket. How good or bad is it? I don't know, we're gonna find out. But before we jump into it, if you like my content, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. If you would like to support me directly, also consider joining the membership program. Details are over there by the join button. Well, like I just mentioned, I have this card MP tuned for the bracket of 1770, and I actually have it at 1772, which is the maximum rank allowed for that particular class. Now, how good or bad is it gonna be? Actually, let's check the stats with Tuning Kit. So, for those more numerically inclined than me, could you tell me if these stats look good for this rank? I really don't know. Again, really the process of MP tuning this card was just that I was upgrading this card, eventually I landed on this tune, and I'm like, oh, that seems like it could be useful. So, yeah, let's test it out. Let's see what we get. And to be completely honest with you, this is a card that I do find quite interesting looking. Now, I'm not saying that it's one of my favorites, but it does look very cool, so much so that when the card was originally announced in the game, I thought like, oh, there's another cool looking electric card, Jesus. What I didn't know is that this is an electric. It does vroom, so that suddenly makes me happy. Now this is a very interesting looking card, very futuristically looking. I don't know how to say that, but yeah, it does look futuristic, but not in an... Oh my... Well, I wasn't the only one to crash over there, so I guess I should be happy for that. Yeah, it looks futuristic, but I don't know exactly how to describe it. Not necessarily like, oh my god, it looks from the space age. Not that far off, but I don't know, smooth, but still keeping some angles, still keeping some edges, because that is one thing that for example, I hate about a lot of the futuristic car concepts, that they make them so incredibly smooth, so smooth that they just look like, some people, I heard them describe it as a bar of soap. So, I don't know. Do you agree with that description? Who knows? Alright, I got defeated by a 0-1 of all things, but I did beat a Camaro S, Veneno, oh beautiful car, Grand Sport Vitesse, Evija, GTR Nismo, though that doesn't count, and an Aston Martin Victor. Alright, for the first race, in spite of the wreck, I think that was a good result. Now, I've explained in other videos that I actually have been using, well, yeah, finally using more of my resources to upgrade cars. Because, you know, I've been basically stockpiling resources for a long time now, and there comes a point when I'm like, well, shouldn't I at least be using them so that it was worth to save them for something? Yeah, so that is why I ended up MP tuning this car. The end goal, oh no, I was trying to turn, I promise I was trying to turn, but it just failed. The final objective for this car is obviously to pro it. I want to pro it, but, you know, I'm fine. I'm perfectly alright. Yeah, I don't know how to drive this car. And this is why this isn't a pro test. Well, first of all, because it's not a pro rank. But I really don't know anything about this car. This is the first time that I'm driving it with this tune. I've been saving it for quite a while. Like, I need to make a video on this. And here's the video. And I'm trying to learn how to drive this thing. But yeah, so while I am aiming to eventually finish upgrading this car to pro it out, for now, while it's MP tune, I might as well, you know? And that is actually what... Oh, for sakes, man. Jesus Christ. Alright, the world hates me. Confirmed. Well, I do have a bunch of ultimate upgrades, but I actually have been kind of reluctant in using them because I've been having more fun precisely upgrading cars just with resources. Half of the upgrades I do with fusion coins, the other half with direct upgrades, and that allows me precisely to look at the ranks as I'm upgrading them and eventually land on some MP tunes like this. Now, this race was an absolute show, so let's just pretend it didn't happen and let's find another one, because yeah, no thank you. And at the same time, if by any chance turns out that one of these tunes is actually pretty good, well, I'm glad to share the information around so that you can tune your cars and, you know, do these type of things. I didn't show you the tune just yet, don't worry, I'll show it to you a little bit later. We'll change the color and that's when we will, or rather, I will show you the tune for it. But for now, for the sake of the engagement of the video and all of that stuff, I'm starting with some races and see what it is that we can do. I just out-accelerated everybody, but I did start ooh, what happened with that dude? How did he get out? Did you see it on the minimap? Rewind a little bit, and you'll see that some guy got unalived, but he was outside of the map really far away. Well, considerably far away, but anyway. What was I saying? Oh man, I forgot. Sorry, it's just that the format is a little bit different from doing this than to a protest. So that's why I'm a little bit all over the place. But yeah, I was saying about the engagement that I need to keep you engaged over here in the video. So that's why first we start with some races and then we go into the nitty-gritty and stuff. So yes, here we go. See, this is why you guys need to watch the entire video and leave me comments and all of that stuff. In fact, engagement. Let's do some farming, some engagement farming over here. Why don't you tell me right now in the comments, do you like the look of this car? Just straight up the look. Forget about first place number. Forget about the performance or anything. Do you like how this car looks? Tell me in the comments. Yes, DBT, I actually like how this car looks. Or no, DBT, I find it ugly. And post it already. Don't save it to put several things in one comment. No. One comment at a time. The more comments, the better. All right. First place defeating an Evija, ZR1, Arash AF. 01, Grand Sport Vitesse, Veneno, Evija, and a Hayabusa. Oh, what was that thing doing over there? Oh, I just had a thought. What if... You see, I did say that someone went out of the map in the previous race and whatnot. What if it was the Hayabusa? What if it used a car as a ramp? It has happened. You know, you kind of use a car as a ramp and you end up going somewhere else. It has happened to me in bikes, so I know it's something that does occur. So maybe that's what it was. All right, seems that at the very least my acceleration, it's okay. I don't think it's necessarily anything... oh, god damn it. Is the drift bad for this car? That's the second time that I missed that drift, and seems a little bit weird. I do believe this car has wide drift. That's what I'm noticing right now. Like I said, I really hadn't even driven this car. Nah, that didn't feel too bad, so I don't know what to make of it yet. The more we play, the more we'll know about this car, right? Listen. This is a learning experience. Yeah, right, it's a little bit wide. It's not straight up garbage here like the Mercedes-Benz. Oh man, stop talking about the AMG GT Black. I'm sorry. Not as bad as that one, but it's definitely not amazing drift. Usable. At the very least, that's usable. First place, baby! Man, that's the second first place that I get with this car. Maybe it's really strong, huh? To be fair, I don't think I'm facing Kings. Now, there's the Vitesse, Veneno, Falcon, which is a very strong car, but doesn't have tuning kit. ZR1, Evija, there's a 911 GT edition, Arash Falcon, and there's a Hayabusa again. Alright, I think I'm beginning to get the hang of this car. And speaking of testing stuff, the game was like, yeah, we're not gonna wait for your spiral drift test, we're gonna do a spiral drift test in a proper race. How about that? And yeah, it's a spiral at the very start, so let's see what we can do over here. This is going on a straight line, hope for the best, and I did start at the very front of the pack, so... Alright. Yeah, even with this turn... Oh, look at that guy just went... Jesus. Hold on. Let me focus over here. I want that nitro bottle. In fact, I haven't even been paying attention to the nitro. What do you guys think? Is this nitro good? Is it... Oh, RIP! Yeah, that's why I don't like going so close to the tracks there. Is this nitro good? Is this nitro bad? I don't know. I was tempted to do some... Alright, you know what? I'm gonna go for the... Please don't mess it up. Oh, good. I'm fine. Don't panic, people. I know what I'm doing. Oh, Jesus! No! I'm fine. Oh, that was all on me. I messed up. That was another W for me, and I messed up. Oh, would you look at that? Nitrium driving a Nevera, which is also Classics car MP2 for this. Very, very interesting. With it being an Apollo and a Villa Victor, Independence Edition, and a P1 GTR. What a beautiful car that is. Jesus Christ, that was my chance to get another W. Seriously, it feels like the game is telling me, don't worry to do the test that you normally do. Here's another drift test for you right at the start of the race. How about that? How you like that, DBT? And to that, I'm gonna say, thank you, game. You're so kind. I'm still gonna do the drift test a little later, but for now, I thank you, game, for being so kind and showing me the different scenarios in real races. I didn't start at the very front. Yeah, that's two. Undo a third punch drift. Yeah, so definitely not great drift, I'll tell you that. Now, granted, also because it's MP2, it doesn't have the handling. Oh god, that was so close. Doesn't have the handling maxed out, so that could also affect a little bit the drift. Allegedly, it does. I don't know, but at least in the sense of this particular MP2, yeah, it's not amazing drift. You definitely are gonna be needing to use a bunch of punch drift in order to make this thing work. But as you can see, it is manageable. It's not a straight up garbage here. Oh, I messed up the... no, we're fine, we're fine. I like doing some flat spins at the end of that tunnel precisely to ensure I have enough nitro for the rest of the race. But it seems that the nitros, it's all right at the very least. So I'm not in a super dire need like, oh my god, I'm running out of nitro, I need more. But you know what this is going to be? First place, baby! Man, why am I getting first places? Is this a very strong MP tune and I just didn't know? I don't know. Alright, defeating to a VS01 and P1G. Alright, to be fair, I'm not facing a lot of SS Independence editions or fortunately GT3 or edition. So maybe that's why I'm getting W's, but it not matter. Let's change the color of this car and do some tests. How about that? Now, to a certain extent, we already did the drift test mid-race, but let's say in this direction. We haven't seen it in this direction. It feels like the drift when you're doing like this is, or in this direction, is less assisted than in the opposite. But here we go. All right, yeah. 1 punch drift, 2 punch drift. Maybe with 1 you would be enough, but it seems that it requires at least well, for sure 1, maybe 2nd. All right, can I do it better this time? I don't know, but I sure will try. Let's see. All right, see, no punch drift. I was able to do it without punch drift, but you can see it was a little bit wide. And for the sake of completion, I'm also... Oh, look at that, it's the car that I was talking about. For the sake of completion, I'm also doing it in this other direction. Simply because, yes, without anybody on the way, let's see if I can improve it a little more. All right, yeah, no punch drift needed there. But like I said, it feels like when you're doing it in this direction, it's a bit more assisted. Like it's a bit more of a grippy drift. I know it makes no sense. And of course, oh, look at that. That car kind of looks like mine, doesn't it? I'm going to do a time to wall test. Oh, why was it steering? Oh, man. All right, let me restart this. I'm telling you, I don't know what it is, but sometimes... in the race here in the emulator, I start the race by steering somehow, even though I'm not pressing anything to steer. The car got a little bit in the way, but I corrected the trajectory. Was that good? I don't know. Let's try again. Okay, we got in a rash this time, so that doesn't accelerate great. So please don't get in the way. Please don't get in the way. Please don't get in the way. Oh, he did it! Touch me ever so slightly. All right, third time's the charm. Come on. All right, come on. Don't get in the way. Please just mind your own business. All right, don't touch me. Don't touch me. All right, barely changed my trajectory a tiny little bit, but all right, that's as good as I'm gonna be able to do. So why don't you tell me there in the comments, is this good or bad wall time? I have no idea. Now, real quick, I want to talk about the colors of this car because, man, it does have some color options. I actually like quite a bit this tone of green, though it's really curious. This half of the colors, all of these 4, are kind of like dual colors. These are solid colors. For example, this green, we got it also in full red, we got it in full blue, and full on black. But over here we got the dual tone, for example, silver with this kind of sand color, and I actually like it quite a bit. The color that I was using earlier was this. There's also in this green and in white. Though, honestly, I think with the sand color, I think this blue and the silver are the ones that look the coolest, so let's use that one for now. And I know you're dying to see the tune. Here's the tune for the car. So I have it at 3, 10, 10, 10. Yeah, so basically I just started upgrading drivetrain and exhaust, eventually maxed it out, continued upgrading suspension, and then I saw that, oh wow, I still haven't gotten to Class A MP tune, so I just started upgrading this, and I just landed over there. So that was fantastic. That is the tune for the car. If you're curious as to how I got there, there you go. So let's queue up for more races. But if you want to get a heart and a pin in this video, you need to leave me the key phrase, which for today is going to be a vicious victory envisioned by the virtuous and vigilant viewership of viral visionary videos vital to viably and vividly vibe with the Vision 1789. You got it, right? You want it again? A vicious victory envisioned by the virtuous and vigilant viewership of the viral visionary videos vital to viably and vividly vibe with the Vision 1789. First person to buzz gets a heart up, and you know how this whole thing works. Yes, my key phrases keep getting dumber and dumber. It doesn't matter, they're just fun to say, and I love seeing you guys trying to write it down. Sometimes you get most of the words right, sometimes you get some really wrong, but hey, close enough, you know, I can blame you. And then my pronunciation doesn't necessarily help all the time. But yeah, just keep in mind that the vast majority of the words are always going to be with the first or the first 2 letters of the name of the car. In this case, it was Vision, so a lot of the words were V related, right? Except for Vision and Vision, but it had the word Vision in it, so okay, whatever, it's fine, don't worry too much about it. I don't know, I just have fun thinking of those key phrases, it's just fun. But yeah, overall, I'm finding this car... I went on the wrong route, it's fine, we're fine, don't worry about it. I'm finding this car pretty strong with this tune. So if you happen to have this car from whenever it was free, and you're like, oh man, what is this good for? I shouldn't upgrade it. I don't care. I've heard that maybe it's not that great at Pro. And this tune is actually working out pretty alright. Again, I'm not gonna say that it's a king or anything, but you can see that it's getting me absolutely some really good results, like the vicious first place that I was talking about in the key phrase, huh? Look at that! First place, look! What was I racing against this time? There's a Lotus Avia Victor 4GT Mark II and a Lightning LS 218. All right, bikes. Kind of cool to see the bikes from time to time. They're rare. And here we go, the game being like, hey, want to test more drift? Sure. Let's go ahead and give you more drifting tests because reasons. By the way, I noticed that in the previous race I did not turn off the zoomed in part on the screen that was showing the lap time. Sorry about that. Sometimes I forget, all right? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is when you have to do, oh Jesus Christ, everything by yourself. You don't have a producer. You're your producer. You're the talent. You're everything. Ah, Jesus! Talent, by the way, is just a word to say like the guy that is talking, all right? I'm not saying, oh, look at how talented I am. It's just a generic term for the people who, I don't know, who are doing the broadcast, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I hope you know what I'm saying. I'm noticing that Nitron also brought another Class SMP tune car, so that's kind of nice. It would have been better had I not messed up the... Ah! I did it again! I hate when I do this in this type of turns and I completely mess up the drift because I do a punch drift and then it's a bit too sharp. Oh, well, it happens. It's alright. Still, I do believe that this car is that... Alright, you did that, buddy. It wasn't me. I think the car is pretty decent overall with this MP tune, so now you have it if you want to test it out yourself. If you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe, and all of that good stuff, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.